Away we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the pre-show.
Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down tonight. Come on. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Everything gonna be all right. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. Come on down today. Come on down to the Jimmy Sports Lounge. It's a great place to stay.
Back again for number 10. Join Big B, DK, and Mike Jolitz for all the hot topics, weird news, and shenanigans. It's Cave Crew Radio, Season 10 at cavecrewradio.com.
Yeah, so we're back after a week off, ladies and gentlemen. DK here on the pre-show. Very special comeback, though, Big B. This is going to be a good one.
It surprised me.
Yeah. I love it when I can surprise you because you get so mad at me. You used to get so mad at me when I do that to you.
Well, you used to surprise me with what's his name's clips.
Alex Cardinelli.
Yeah, him.
We haven't. Scotty and Cher. We haven't had any of those guys in quite some time.
No, the surprise was always a brand new Alex Cardinelli clip of him like yelling in a restaurant about spaghetti.
Yeah, and how good it was.
Right.
Yeah, and cheesecake.
And fish keeping.
Hey, I don't want to go down that road again with all Radio X. Listen, raining here tonight, but supposed to be a nice weekend. We have a long weekend. Is this your Memorial Day?
No,
that's next weekend.
No, Memorial Day is.
Well, you is it not a holiday Monday? I don't know, Guy Fawkes Day or whatever you celebrate over there.
We don't celebrate Guy Fawkes Day. That's England.
Oh.
Memorial Day is not this week. Maybe it's next week. There's a lot going on.
We have a very, very special guest, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Kind of appeared live. I'm gonna mute the background noise for a while. He's amateur at the live stuff. Kind of been live on the show before. One time when I was doing like a solo show, but a big surprise. Big member of the show. And once we go live in a few minutes, should we play a little game, kind of like a Believe It or What? Guest speaker. Other than making a lot of noise, can you say something and see if anyone who can guess who you are? Guest speaker.
Hello, Cave Crew Radio.
Oh, now if you don't know that voice, you are not a regular listener of the show. Great to have you here, brother. We're just kind of chewing the fat and killing 5 minutes.
Right.
I imagine it's 245 degrees down there and beautiful.
It is nice.
And you probably just got out of the pool.
Not today, no, but no, not today. This weekend for sure. It's been kind of cool lately.
Cool as in what, 90?
No, it was like 80s overnight and then low 90s rarely. It's been like 85-ish all day. It's been weird.
Can you imagine, Big B, if the Greta Thunberg effect moves the cold down that way?
I know.
And we have beautiful weather 365 days, and all this money I'm trying to save to buy this little trailer in Florida or Arizona won't even matter.
No.
Well, if you listen to Greta Thunberg, every place is going to be like Arizona.
I'd be fine with that.
Because global warming, the temperature is warm.
But it's actually cooler here now than what it has been. Like I've been out here 17 years or 18 years almost. And this is like the coldest-ish Arizona weather we've had. It's not normal. It's cooler. We're getting a lot more rain. It's really strange.
So now, do you guys put on? And what happens in the desert when it rains like that? Is there going to be instantly be a forest or?
No, never.
It's
No.
not how it works.
No, I mean, you get some weeds, but that's about it.
Yeah. Maybe the scorpions flourish a little better. They probably like the moisture.
Yeah.
Cacti appreciate the moisture.
Do they? Because I've had cacti in the house, and if you overwater them, you're in trouble.
Right. Well, that's why they survive in the desert, because the desert doesn't get a lot of rain, but when they do, the cacti enjoy them.
And they're huge.
And
So
they're huge.
So a little bit of rain is good. 85. Right. It's freezing in Arizona tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
It's cold, folks. Yes.
Bring your plants inside if you're residing in Arizona.
Exactly.
It's currently 60 here in New York.
Well, yeah, we're in the same weather, and next week the heat is finally coming. But the other night it was like we got some flowers and stuff for my wife, some shit, and they're like, bring them inside, frost warning. I mean, it was probably 50 in February.
Right. Oh yeah. No, it was an incredibly temperate winter, which was fine for me because we didn't get any snow and I didn't have to shovel shit. So It was wonderful.
Yeah, because we all know that torch was a big failure.
I had fun with it.
We got to find that video again.
I had a lot of fun with it. And if it snows this winter, I will break it out again.
You said fuck it after a minute, 30 seconds.
Well, I'm not going to sit there live on a video for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, exactly. We thought the torch was going to clean the driveway in like 5 minutes.
You're thinking of movie prop blowtorches.
Like a Marvel movie or something.
Right.
Like that.
We're not allowed to own such things.
Right. Mike not being comfortable keeps changing his headphones.
No, it's actually more that I got bad lighting in here.
We can see you. Okay. All right, kids, we are going to go live in just a minute, and you want to share this live. You want to tell people what's going on. I'm so excited because I think for the first time ever, we're going to do like a live Mike Reads the News.
Yep.
And I can't wait to go. Blah, 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 blah.
I was going to do that. I wasn't going to mention it. But
I can't do it as good as you.
It's going to be audio and visual. So
yeah, and we can. I mean, like I want to go, like stuff like that. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Anyway, kids, hold on to your seats. I got to get some things ready for the radio. We got to get Pulse Stock. Hello, England. Oh, I don't know what you're doing over there. You having a cup of tea, or you're just staying up late to listen to us? But I'm gonna generate the radio feeds, and away we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the flip side of the intro.
Air traffic control, bring in New York. Roger that. Bring in Canada. 10-4. Gentlemen, we have liftoff.
Bam! We are back again for number 10. Cave Crew Radio, Season 10. Let's go. CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of the men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am, an
to go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, maybe. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clement, what else are you going to do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball. It's a power play goal.
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, it is Cave Crew Radio, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after a very short break. It is great to be here. We are live on cavecrewradio.com. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Pulse Talk FM. Several affiliates replaying the show. And, of course, we're available wherever podcasts can be found. And tonight, in a very short moment, we are going to bring in a guest, which you may not recognize because you usually only see him as a cartoon and as an audio piece. But I think we're going to have a great time with him here tonight. Did I say it was DK? I don't even know. But if you don't know me by now, you're new here. But stick around. We're going to have a great show. We've got some news. We got some talking FLA. We got epicenters. We got all that good stuff. But I don't want to hold up the show any longer. Folks, boring you. First, I'm going to swing over to...
And now, he is the king of the sovereign county of Urain Stench and Stenchlandia, the commander-in-chief of the Water Gypsies, the self-proclaimed president of the United States, a university graduate, and always the epicenter of something. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York. I am King B, King of Stenchlandia and of the Water Gypsies, your president-elect of the United States of America. And as always, the epicenter of something. I will get to the epicenter in a minute because I was just handed something that came early. And
can she not get the flow of the show by now?
There are things going on this evening, so it is here early.
Friday nights are meant for drinking. Here is Mrs. B's drink of the week.
So we have
replacing the epicenter this week, ladies and gentlemen, is the drink of the week.
This is what remember the block party last year, and I told you we got hammered on a watermelon drink that my wife called the Gallagher. That's what this is. So it's watermelon vodka, watermelon juice, triple sec syrup, and some sugar.
And that glass looks like it's from Avatar or something. It's like 3D.
Oh yeah, well you put it in the freezer, so it's got ice in it. There's a strawberry, there's an umbrella. But wait, there's more because you always ask.
Oh, Big B's. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God someone else is going to be reading the news tonight.
Boy, this is going to be fun. I have been requested, though, to not drink this whole thing because we have the communion tomorrow for the little one.
So I get it because I study that stuff too. So is your wafer going to be a magic biscuit with the wacko tobacco in it, or
if I drink this whole thing, I may not even make it. So who knows?
We got to do a Facebook Live of the drink, the communion. Big B taking communion. He's drinking watermelon juice and vodka, and he's gonna eat a hash brownie as the body.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You may actually find God after that, Big B. I'd be so proud of you.
Or something else, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
You might end up on the 9 planes of hell. You have read Dante, I assume.
Yes, I have.
All right. Of course you have.
Of course I have.
Anyway, let's carry on. And By the way, sorry to everyone who's awaiting our guests very anxiously, and welcome to Isby in chat, and feel free to share. You always complain that my camera is backwards. So I meticulously, every show, make sure the mirroring is off. Unless you have a new secret door, your camera is not correct.
This is my camera every week.
Well, you usually look the other way.
All right.
When looking for Mrs. B. So I'm assuming you've been in that watermelon juice a little bit before the show. But there we go.
How does that look?
Yes. And then you look the other way to Mrs. You get on me about it on both shows. So, and thank you, Mrs. B, for taking time out of your religious weekend to join Cape Crew Radio.
Yes, she went back upstairs because there are tons of things that she has to get done tonight for the communion tomorrow.
I can just imagine. Just imagine. Anyway.
I'll bring in the guest, and I can talk about my epicenter. I'm assuming everybody knows Mike reads the news. I'm assuming everybody knows Twitter shits. I'm assuming everybody has by now heard of the small town known as Surprise, Arizona. The man that has put Surprise, Arizona on the map is with us live tonight. I bring you Mike Jolitz.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on a minute. Don't say a word yet. I must have something here. Come on, somewhere. I don't want to dun. A big event for us, ladies and gentlemen, because if you don't know, we were first fans of him before he ever joined us.
That is true.
Hey, guys. It's great to be here. The Berserker is taking a little leave of absence, Big B. I'm sorry. So you're going to have to put some of that work on someone else for now. Sorry.
That's fine. You've done wonderful work for Stenchlandia up until now, so you deserve time off.
All right. And I don't imagine if you were listening to the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen, the Berserker would do well in a parka. It's going down to 85 in Arizona.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 88 right now.
Fuck you.
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty well.
It's good to,
What do you
good
drink
to see
tonight?
you.
Do you have a drink of choice? You usually have like these strange vodkas or
Sky Vodka and Mountain Dew.
I knew he'd have Sky Vodka. And Jason Scott would be so proud he's mixing it with Mountain Dew, Big
There
B.
you go.
It's the
Wonderful. So I've seen you have quite a number of Sky Vodka posts on your Facebook page.
Yes.
What we've come to drink here is Ciroc. I don't know if you've ever tried Ciroc vodka, but if you haven't, on your next bottle, don't get Sky, get Ciroc.
Is that CIROC? Is that
Yes.
or Q?
Yeah,
Or
CIROC.
Okay.
And your next bottle, get Ciroc, don't get Sky, and tell me if you see a difference on taste and cleanliness of the vodka.
Nice.
I've decided that, and this is an executive decision, but we need to have during the endless summer a special, believe it or what, between Mike Jolitz and Big B.
Wow.
We could. I'm always up for a believe it or what.
Sure.
We got to do it. See,
What would
once you
it be
get
about,
over
though?
once you get over the game nerves, you're gonna love this. Live is there's no going back and editing. There's no oh fuck I screwed that up, and we're gonna get you through. Mike reads the news. Don't you worry. We got it down. We've been doing it for years.
Right. Yeah, I to be totally honest, I started drinking like an hour ago. So
Nice.
Yeah, kill the nerves. It's,
well, it is, yeah, it is.
Is now is that the same spot where we recorded the news that one time I was over there and the commercial? That's the same spot.
Yeah, the bed is sideways now, but it's same area.
Right, it's the same area. So and what did you call the studio? You called it? I forget what you called it.
Oh yeah, I called it Root Bassett Studio.
Rude Bassett Studio. That's right.
Hey, you guys keep talking for a minute. I got to go back to something here. Now that we got Mike, hang on. Let's see if I can find
So, when the video came on, I was like, wait a minute. I know that that room.
Yeah, it
I
only took.
was there.
Yeah, it took about what, a year to get me on here live.
And we always every week we always say we need you to come on live. So it's
Appreciate
nice to have you here. What's the
Thanks.
what's the rest of the family up to on a Friday night? Were they pissed that you were like, no, I'm not doing anything. I got to go on the show.
No, wife is working. My son
Okay.
is with friends, and the daughters are on their own.
That's why he's live. He didn't have any responsibilities tonight.
That's
No,
right.
I walked in and I said, I will not be available.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is kind of a audible. Our good friend Lincoln, who helped us out with the theme song from Talking FLA, and I think he's helped Mike out on some stuff and whatnot. He sent me some trivia. Oh, this is back in March, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is back in March. He sent me some trivia. He says, when you get Mike live.
Ooh.
Wow.
And I said, I answered him back that day on March 4th. And I said, Saturday, March 4th it was. And I said, yeah, when Surprise freezes over, we'll get him live on the show. So he's got 3 questions for you here. And I guess, Big B, you and I can try and answer them.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike will tell us the truth. And thank you for your service, by the way, Mike Jolitz. Mike is an Army veteran.
Yes.
What was his last rank? Was it A, First Sergeant, B, Sergeant Major, or C, Specialist? What do you think, Big B?
And we talked about, I remember we were in the Mexican restaurant. We were talking about this. You were telling us stories. And I want to say First Sergeant.
Now, I want to say Specialist because he's always talking about being on the radio. You know, he was the radio guy, the communicator.
Okay.
What is it, Mike?
I was a specialist.
I got it right.
Point for DK.
Now, is that speaking of a specialist, do you get like any marks or?
Let me see. Well, private is one little hash.
Yeah.
And then a corporal is 2. And then I forgot PFC, and PFC is a slash and at a bottom part. I don't know what they call the things, but anyway, a specialist is like an upside down curve on the top here, and it's this way, but it looks like it has a little chicken in there. It isn't, but that's kind of what it looks like.
So, like, if a corporal walks by, right, who's got rank?
The corporal, because he's got the training. I have as a specialist, you have years in service, basically.
Gotcha.
And I think it's called a chevron.
That sounds right.
Well, listen to you.
I know. That's actually.
I was in the Naval Reserve. Did you serve, Big B? I don't know if you've ever told her. No, you never served.
No, I did not. My father was in Vietnam. My grandfather was in World War II, I think. But I never served.
So basically, you just watched Mike Jolitz and I dodging mortar and became an expert.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Every free chance I got, I ran up to Canada to watch you, and then I ran to Mike was in the Middle East, so I ran to the Middle East to watch Mike as well. Any free chance I got.
Homeland. I never left the homeland, by the way. I was very fortunate, but I was only a reserve. So, all right, here's question number 2.
Right.
He had an Army buddy friend named. You ready for this, Big B? I really need you to read this. Chok Si Young, Tu Van Chow, or Si Hop Choi? What you say, Big B? I don't have a clue on this one. I just really like Si Hop Choi.
That's what I'm going with. Si Hop Choi.
Si Hop Choi I'll go with as well.
All right, no points for anybody. The Army buddy was To Van Cho. And his nickname was Toe Boner.
I was going to say, I bet you had some fun with him.
Yeah, he was a riot. He spoke English, but not good. And he would want to go to the beach, but he would say, let's go to the bitch.
So not speaking English very well. Did they just take anyone in the army, I'm assuming, or?
No, it was more so of certain combinations in words that he couldn't say right, but he spoke English fairly decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the answer was again, say that for us again.
To Van Cho.
To Van Cho. See, the way he wrote it was To Van Chell. I'm not as good as Big B.
Oh, he was also known as the Vietnamese Wonder.
I should have just done like Big B does. But all right. Bonus question. Over, under. And the number is 10. Amount of songs created by the group Mike was in the Army.
Over.
And we need to hear the story as well once we answer. Mike's very creative, Big B.
I'm saying over 10.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm going to go over as well.
Actually, I think it's about 8, but we did a couple different versions. Like we did an acoustic one, and we did like a version 2 of another one. So I think it's like an 8.
And where are these songs located? Like,
on my hard drive, wherever that is. I have them available. I'll get you them. Okay, so this is what we did. But my friend Lincoln was leaving in like 2 months, and he had a toolbox, and everything is numbered and kept track of. So his toolbox was toolbox 9. So I walked into his room. He was playing around on his keyboard, making some music. I'm like, hey, dude, check this out. I had written down all of the stickers. You know that little gun with the letters, and you turn it. Squeeze. Okay. We had stickers all over this box, and just for fun, so I'd have it for future, I wrote all the stickers down. And exactly the way I wrote it became lyrics for the song Toolbox 9. It's the most insane thing. We didn't change anything.
I can't wait to hear this stuff. We need to feature this copyright free on Cave Crew Radio now that you're exclusive to us.
Right.
Did you ever play an instrument, or you just wrote and sang?
It was just a fluke. It just kind of happened. I'm not a good singer. Didn't write, and I wrote one song before then, and that's about it. It wasn't good. It was very juvenile.
How did you wind up recording while you were there, or did you wait till you got home?
No, we played. He played a keyboard, and when we recorded our vocal part of it, he played it through his stereo, his gigantic speakers. You know, remember the old days?
Yeah, for sure.
And so he played that at loud volume, and we recorded on a recordable Walkman. It's very airy. It's not good, but it was fun.
I've never heard of a recorder. I used to record before we ever got to this level of what we do now, Big B. I used to have like a cassette tape.
Mm-hmm.
And you would record on a cassette tape.
Right. It was the same thing, but it had a microphone attached to it along with the headphone jack. So it was very, very lo-fi.
Can I tell you?
Wait a minute. You're in a tent.
No. This was in California.
East.
No.
This is when you're on dry dock. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did To Chung Chow join in, or?
Yes, he did. There was one song.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's called the Rain Dance Song. And all it is my friend Lincoln going, so there's that, and there's just weird chanting vibe thing he had going on. It was fantastic, but Toe was part of that as well, too. And when you hear it, you're like, okay, that's Toe. I guarantee it.
Now, this is gold we would never discover, Big B. Have you ever, you've been interviewed on other podcasts, but have you ever let this information out to the public?
No.
Because I've seen a few times, I'm going to be a guest on this show and a guest on that show. And Big B's been a guest on a lot of shows. No one asked me, and I understand why. But we've got gold on this, Big B.
Yeah, if I could tell you some of the Toblerone stories, it's just madness. There was one time he liked his adult movies, but he didn't call them adult movies. He called it nature programs. So he'd say, I watch nature program. Okay.
Excuse me.
People are fucking.
I didn't know glory holes were part of nature.
I think he invented them.
Got it. Okay.
What was his rank, by the way?
He was a specialist as well.
Okay. All right. Do you still keep in touch with him?
No, I lost track of him a long time ago. I'd love to talk to him. He was great.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks to Lincoln, because the segment would have never happened. And I'm not lying to you, Big B. He sent this to me in March after he recorded Talking FLA for us.
Right.
You got to get Mike live. You got to ask him these questions. So, Lincoln, if you're out there, maybe you're downloading, I don't know, send us more. And this is fascinating. Big B and I are sick of ourselves. We've talked about each other since 2015.
All right.
I have a question for Lincoln. Maybe you can pass it along for me.
All right.
So he sent an email with Talking FLA when he first created it, and we all loved it, obviously. And I remember I replied back. We were asking, we'll throw you some money, whatever. And I said, let me know your PayPal address, and I'll send you some money. So a month goes by. There's no response. He then responds with his physical address. And that's all the response was, his physical address out in Arizona.
He probably wants us
with that
in
information.
gold.
I don't know what to do with that information.
He probably doesn't trust transferring of currency. It might be a little PTSD or something, Big B. He probably wants us to actually deliver silver and gold to the residents.
I mean, I'd be more than happy to go out to Arizona again and, physically hand him some cash. But, PayPal would be faster.
Yeah, no, we had talked about that, and basically what he had said is he just does that because he enjoys it. Like the stuff he's done for me, he's never asked for anything. I play it. I'm appreciative. I even did thank you shows playing all of his different commercials and songs and all kind of different stuff. So for him, it was just, he likes doing it. If he got a hat or a t-shirt or something, that would be probably more than enough,
So then we'll have to hook him up with some stuff now that we have his physical address.
Yeah.
But because
I didn't know you had the address. We'll go on. We'll order some shirts.
Yeah, we'll send it to him.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, me having played for all those years, understand that it's nice to get some cash for the things you do. I never got much of anything, but I always liked, when I run across musicians and, somebody will do something for me, I always throw them some cash. That's why I said, let me know your PayPal address, not your physical home address.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably doesn't have PayPal. So,
but that we have his home address, so we can send him some cable crew stuff.
Great. And you know what? We've hired so many people to do so many different things from us, as you hear when we do the show. And that's probably one of the top things we've had produced. And
it was great.
He did it for free, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. And was it a few weeks ago? I sent you Walking in LA came on XM while I was in the car. I took a picture of it. I said, "Ooh!" I sent it over to DK. I said, "Oh, look!" And I was automatically thinking Talking FLA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I originally when I sent it to him, I was like, I was thinking like Florida in the news, and then when he started with this Talking FLA, I'm like, this is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it used to be the abbreviation for Florida, FLA. So that's probably where he got it from.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, take a swig. Or did we even do the epicenter? Or are we going
to? We have not done the epicenter. We just got all wrapped up in other things.
All right, well, let's do the epicenter. Give Mike a minute before we go to Mike reads the news, because we're always so excited. It's either communion or not being able to hear or something.
Well, that is my epicenter. So my epicenter is my update on my deafness, and this arrived today.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I got to scroll back. I was in another screen.
Yep.
Preparing for something. Here we go.
So this arrived today.
That's a big fucking hearing aid.
There you go.
Oh.
I thought they made them like really tiny now.
Well, these are actually small, but these have arrived today. I have a virtual appointment in like 2 weeks to like have orientation on these. But I put them in before, and it was really, really weird because it came all programmed based upon my hearing test and all that. But it's like listening to real life in stereo.
Oh, cool.
So when I'm in a meeting and I got my AirPods in, so they're inside my ear, obviously not on top like these. You hear a whole bunch of stuff, and then my AirPods are like, have surround sound built in and all of this stuff. So you hear all this shit going on. That's what these are like, but just in real life, just walking around.
Now, will you be able to like Bluetooth these things?
Yes.
So
I can take phone calls. I can take phone calls. I can listen to music through an app on my phone that I have to get.
So you're going to be able to do Cave Crew radio without a set of headphones.
I'd have to figure that part out because it's like Bluetooth. So these are like this is all wired into all of this stuff. So I'd have to figure that part out to do Cave Crew. But I can take phone calls as long as I have it hooked up to my phone. I can listen to music. I could listen to TV because I know my Apple TV is Bluetooth, so I can hook that up. So yeah, there's a number of things I can do on this. It's just really, really weird because the way it sits on your, on the back of your ear, there's microphones. You can't see them, but they're two tiny little dots. There's microphones back here. And I hear my hair. And it sounds like this.
You don't have noise blocking.
I have to figure it, like in this orientation, I'm hoping like I'm going to get a lot of these questions answered.
And maybe go bald.
That's not going to happen.
Like a full Yul Brynner or something like that. But I'm thinking this is so cool. I'm absolutely thinking now that being disabled is like cool.
Sure. If you want to think that, go right ahead.
Did you get your car sticker?
I've looked it up. I can't see anything that has that I could get a placard that has to do with hearing loss. All the stuff that I see as far as New York State goes is like I have to have missing a limb or have some sort of, I have to have an iron lung attached to me or some ridiculous nonsense that I can get a placard.
You could
nothing
do like,
that says about hearing loss.
Like what's his name, Choo Choo Stew, and purposely crash your bike and get a year and a half off.
I could try.
Yeah.
But he's got the golden touch with those things. I would probably just wind up getting fired. But yeah, this just came today, so I'm trying them out. And after I took them out, I realized how much I can't hear. It's the weirdest thing because you leave them in for a few minutes, you kind of get used to them really, really quick, and you get used to hearing like sounds that I probably haven't heard in years. I didn't realize were around me. And then I take them out, all that goes away. So you suddenly go back into that vacuum of I can't hear a lot of this shit going on. And it magnifies how much I can't hear. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
I can't wait till Peter gets in trouble because he's used to yelling stuff and Big B not hearing it. And Big B's going to yell from the living room. I heard you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to be great. The stories to follow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is the first time we've done it live. Mike is the expert at this. Oh, that's the wrong one. They both are the same color. Forgive me, I'm blind. One guy's deaf, one guy's blind. It's
we're 2/3 Helen Keller.
Yeah. Somebody write that down.
I got it.
2/3 Helen Keller. All right, here we go. Let's try with this one, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the intro, we've got the outro. We'll try to help with sound effects and try not to laugh too much while it's going on, but here we go.
And now, Cave Crew Radio presents Mike Reads the News with Mike Jolitz.
You're mute. I can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Mike.
Can't hear you, Mike.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Hello. Nerves. I got nerves really bad right now.
No,
okay.
no nerves. We're here to support you. We're used to this shit.
All right. Hello, Cave Crew Radio, and hello, listeners around the world. I'll add this even though I talked already. Hello, DK, and hello, Sir Big B. Alrighty, guys. It is now time for the news. Actually,
ding,
Mike
ding.
reads the news. Thanks. The Wienermobile changed its name. It's now known as the Frankmobile, the Schwanzmobile, or the Dickmobile. It's something like that. I don't remember. The Arizona Coyotes want to build an arena in Tempe. Voters said no. Now Patrick Mahomes said the Coyotes should go to KC. Okay, fine by me. White Castle gave away free sliders last Saturday to celebrate National Sliders Day. All you had to do was show up and show them your butthole. I got 2 free sliders. Don't know the story. I got 2 free sliders. The mole man got 8. Oh, and finally, in the news, Elon Musk announced the person who will be the Twitter CEO. A dark horse emerged, who mainly comes out around election time. No one guessed who it was. Congrats to D's Nuts.
That was Donald Trump.
All right, guys, that does it for the news. And now it is time for the tidbits. They're not headlines. They're just little tiny pieces of shit. Oh, yeah. Punk band Sum 41 is calling it quits after 27 years and only 1 hit.
Oh, what happened?
It's like stews all over again. The internet went out.
Am I still here?
You're still there. Can you hear me?
We've hit a roadblock of the shits.
Oh my goodness.
They're not actually stories. He'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing a fantastic job. Doing a show like this is not easy to do. They're not real news stories, ladies and gentlemen. They're just tiny pieces of shit. Big B and I know this so well that we can do this in our sleep.
That's right.
It was so fun doing that live. He'll be back. He's probably got a reboot. Maybe he's got the killer blue screen. Watch your chat there on Facebook. Big B.
Oh, my favorite was when he did, oh yeah, live.
Yeah, that was the best. I always thought these were sound effects. But you've done it with him. So does he like do that? He doesn't hit a button and
No. So all we did was record like the lines, and then he did all the production afterwards. So we would just like the tidbits. It would just be whatever the tidbit was, and then there was no sound effects after that. Mike would put those in afterwards, like after I left.
Hang on a minute, we got to guess. Oh
yeah.
All right, guys, I glitched out there apparently. So let's get back to those tidbits. Punk band Sum 41 is calling it quits after 27 years and only 1 hit. So what? The Phoenix Suns fired head coach Monty Williams last Friday. And not to be outdone, the Sixers fired Doc Rivers on Tuesday. Don't care. The NBA conference finals started on Tuesday. Whatever. I read somewhere that the Kentucky Derby should be called Amish NASCAR.
That's
that. Great.
I saw that too.
Oh, yeah. Amber Turd is done with Hollywood. She's done shit in the bed and is now living in Madrid with her daughter. Bye-bye. Old-ass Robert De Niro announced the birth of his 7th kid. Someone slept with him? Ugh. Nasty. There's less than a month to go until the 30th annual Testicle Festival in Ashland, Nebraska. Who's going with me? No one? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Florence Henderson of the Brady Bunch died. She was 82. And Jim Brown, legend of a football player, died today. He was 87. Oh, no. Martha Stewart is on the cover of the SI swimsuit edition. She's 81. No, you're not happy.
She looked good.
She
On
looked
the cover of SI? No.
I know. She didn't look horrible, but no.
That's probably smoking some of Snoop's stuff. I don't know.
Something. You have to be. The Arlington Renegades beat the DC Defenders to win the XFL championships. I missed it. Who cares? Comedian Steve McGrew is back from Facebook jail again. Someone keeps ratting him out. He's got no idea what he did. He never does. He always gets... It's great. The TV show Yellowstone with Kevin Costner is folding up its tent once season 5 is done. Oh, no. I never watched it. I don't care.
I love that show.
I never saw it. And finally, in the tidbits, the NASCAR All-Star race is on FS1 tomorrow night. I cannot wait. No. Alrighty, guys, that does it for the news. That does it for the tidbits. I am going to stick around. And yeah.
Now you hear how much we laugh.
That's awesome.
Cool. I love it.
When did Florence Henderson die, by the way? I missed that.
I missed that one, too.
This Tuesday or something.
Wow, I completely missed that one. I know about Jim Brown today,
right,
but I missed Florence Henderson.
I know Jamie Foxx is apparently really sick, and but we got to give kudos to that, ladies and gentlemen. Big B and I have been through this a million times. If you're not used to being live and screwing up and the other person picking you up, it's very difficult. But that was awesome. And
thanks.
Big B, well, you were off air. Big B and I both said it was so cool. It was almost, I wanted to get my lighter out when you started doing the sound effects live.
Nice.
It's just, I always thought they were pre-programmed things that you just kind of threw in there. And then when you started doing them, I was ready to rush the stage.
Oh yeah.
And the thing, when I was out there over the summer, I was excited to like get behind the scenes and do a little bit of the news and the tidbits, just reading some of the stuff. It was more exciting now watching him do it live than it was kind of just behind the scenes doing it, pre-recorded.
Right.
So let me ask you a question, because before we go into talking FLA here, we got time. You're not supposed to go into that, Big B?
I'm going into it.
Okay.
She left it here. It's her fault.
Yeah.
Special occasion. Just pee in it and tell her that's what's left in the morning.
Oh, hey, before you continue, DK, today is, do you want to guess a birthday there, Sir Big B? There's a poster.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
There's a poster in your corner there with a dead guy.
There's a poster in the corner.
I can see that far. Hang on, folks. Let's bring Big B up here. Maybe I can see a little better because
to your right, I'm behind your right corner.
That corner,
your right shoulder.
Yeah.
No, the other way.
I don't see.
Okay, directly behind your head.
That one.
Iron Maiden.
That
Iron Maiden. Okay.
So, I'm all screwed up with this. I'm not used to the camera being back. Who? Oh, was it Clive Burr? Clive Burr's the only one that's dead.
No, Paul Diano's birthday was today.
He's not dead though.
Both are.
I didn't say he was dead. It's his birthday.
Oh, I thought you said dead. I interviewed Paul Diano.
That watermelon juice is making you wish death on everyone.
I swear to God, I heard him say dead. That's why I was thinking this, because AC/DC.
Oh.
But I didn't know it was Paul Diano's birthday. I interviewed Paul Diano, and it was 2 hours of nonstop laughter.
No kidding.
He was great.
Awesome.
What was it? Oh, I remember. See, this is the problem about getting older, folks. I forget what I was going to ask Mike. So, just a question. So, when you're recording that, so now, like, you realize when you're live, you are forced, whether you miss a line, you miss something, you jump right back in. When you do it to make that 1.5-minute, 2-minute clip, how long does it actually take?
It takes me about 3.5 minutes to record the whole thing.
And edit it?
Editing probably takes 10 minutes tops.
So you're an expert at this. Yeah, so
I am. Yeah, the part that's really easy for me is the tidbits because it's talking. Oh yeah, start the next one.
You see, Big B and I did that bowling alley karaoke. It took like 20 seconds for everyone to record their lines, and it was like.
Right.
And there was a time when I did a pre-recorded interview show, and I went back, and I hated it. And I edited, and I went back and recorded again. And oh my God, I can't do that. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah, I love editing. I did. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Afterburn 739 podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've
famous show.
I edited a bunch of their shows, and it would take me. I mean, just because I'm so meticulous, it would take me like 4 hours to edit a 1 hour show because I
That's
did all
another
the
big show. Big. Are they still around?
No, they're done.
No.
Sadly, I loved their show. It was great.
Yeah. No, that was a great show.
I heard a lot of shows before they were released, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were a big one, actually.
Yeah. Oh, and I did Choo Choo Stoosh podcast as well. The podcast train, I did that one as well.
You edited it.
Oh,
yeah.
You did that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is another unknown fact. Ladies and gentlemen, any of you listening, this could be the biggest show ever because we are uncovering stuff because Stu never told me that.
No.
Yeah.
He just said he was doing a podcast train and that was it, basically. Like what the podcast was about. He never said that you were editing it for him.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, 7 episodes or 8, whatever he did.
Yeah. And it was kind of cool. I don't think I was ever on that.
You were on that show, I believe.
Was I?
Oh, I believe you did interview, yeah.
I'm surprised. No one.
I have it saved somewhere. I save everything.
Yeah, those were good. Yeah, there you go, folks. More stuff. All right, Mike, we're gonna bring you into our world.
Cool.
And we know you follow us and all that kind of good stuff. I just got to get into the right screens here. Hopefully, I'll do this right. This one, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about Lincoln a little bit earlier, is a little segment we do about our favorite state in the world. It's called Talking FLA.
Cave Crew Radio presents Florida in the News.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another segment that seems to be popular. Mike, this will be easy for you because all you got to do is kind of join in and comment now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a big Hollywood guy. You know, you know more about Hollywood and actors and actresses than we do. Well, there's a surprising new resident, Big B, who is residing in Florida these days. I'm sure you all remember him. He doesn't look like he's changed much other than a few wrinkles. Big B.
That's right. The first story of the night comes from the Miami Herald. Headline reads, TV actor Scott Baio is now a Florida man and living our best life near the water. Let's start off on a happy note, and then we'll get into some typical Florida stuff. Scott Baio is living large and in charge in his new Florida home. The Happy Days star, who describes himself on social media as retired, moved from Los Angeles with his family back a few weeks ago. Seems like everything is going swimmingly in Manatee County. In a picture posted on Twitter, the Brooklyn native and his wife, Renee, who co-starred in the 2008 VH1 reality show Scott Baio, is 46 and pregnant.
What year was this?
2008.
He's getting up there. Okay.
46 and pregnant. Well, so he's 56. He's got to be, was it 7 years? So he's 63.
Wow.
Looks good.
He looks good for 63. I mean, not for nothing.
He's older than me, and I look like Santa Claus.
You go back to those Charles in Charge days. He still looks the same.
Girls used to like him in those tight bell bottoms, and yeah, I know.
They certainly did.
I never understood why he picked Joni, though. I think he could have done better.
Well, she loves Chachi.
That is true.
Right.
In a follow-up tweet to his 824,000 plus followers, the small screen vet cited California's homelessness issue as a main reason for the 2,500 mile plus trek. After 45 years, I'm making my way to finally exit stage right from California. The most recent survey found approximately 69,000 people experiencing homelessness in LA County and 41,000 in the city in 2022.
So instead of using all that star power and the money he's made through the years and helping them and make a difference, he bolted.
He's done.
Yeah, I would too.
Me too,
He's also.
I'm not Chachi.
He's also, I guess you would say, a conservative commenter on Twitter.
Right.
So he is not, certainly not in line with the very, very liberal California life. So he has moved over to Florida. That's all. Rob Schneider also, if you know who that is.
Yes.
He left California and he moved to Arizona. So there are people that conservatives in Hollywood that are moving out of the very, very awful LA.
Well, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely
Notice
not
the only ones moving in are people like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Yeah, but they live in they have a gated 52 acres all to themselves. So.
Not when they're riding in a cab in New York, apparently.
Meghan Markle is an attention whore.
Yeah, she's more of an attention whore than you know.
That's it, basically. He's
right.
He's in Florida. Just wanted to start off nice and light.
Good for him.
Did anybody else watch? I remember Joni and Chachi. Charles in Charge, I vaguely remember.
Oh, I used to watch Charles in Charge all the time.
Yeah.
That girl in there was hot.
I was just going to say, there's one reason to watch Charles in Charge, and that was Nicole Eggert.
Yes, still good looking too, by the way.
And apparently she's a psychopath.
Oh,
really?
Yes, because as I said, Scott Baio is a conservative commenter on Twitter, and part of I follow him on Twitter, and part of his ongoing battle.
Watch Twitter,
huh?
I thought you didn't follow Twitter. You were saying.
Well, I don't post anything, but when you tag me in the post, I retweet and then I scroll a little bit to see what's going on. So Nicole Eggert has accused Scott Baio of sexual assault from their times on from the Charles in Charge days. She has no proof of anything. I think it's been to court and it's been dismissed or whatever.
Right.
But she is constantly stalking and harassing Scott Baio. About this, to where he's like openly commenting, "Leave me alone," I'll call the police, things like that. So yeah, she's turned into a psychopath.
Sounds like once you go Charles, you never go back.
Charles was certainly, she wanted Charles in charge of her nether regions. Let's just say that.
I'll say it.
That's a nice way to put it. Why are we behaving tonight? Why are we saying things nicely?
Because we have a special guest.
Anyway, he's as bad as us.
I know he is. But
I was tame tonight, though.
Affiliates himself with us.
But yes, we're going to go from one celebrity to another celebrity.
Yeah, White Boy Rick, titled this one.
Boy Rick.
This will probably get us hash on
Facebook jail.
Yeah.
This next story comes from local10.com. Headline reads, famed FBI undercover drug informant White Boy Rick arrested in Miami.
Wait to hear what he did.
After spending more than 3 decades in prison, the Michigan native known as White Boy Rick, whose time as a drug dealer and undercover FBI informant inspired a movie of the same name, which starred Matthew McConaughey, found himself back behind bars again, this time in Miami-Dade County. Police officers arrested Richard White Boy Rick Wersch on Tuesday after accusing him of attacking his girlfriend of 4 months during a fight at his condominium in the Quantum on the Bay building located at 1900 North Bayshore Drive. Another address we need to put in the Florida.
And wait a minute. Don't mean to interrupt. I don't mean to stop the story. I don't mean to do it. But we've now learned how meticulous Mike Jolitz is with everything he does.
Yeah.
We need a virtual map of all the stories in Florida, because eventually when Big B and I are riding around in our unicycles, we want to travel and see all these places.
That is true.
Out here, you can go in a golf cart almost anywhere, except the highways. But
you can't wait. Just riding lawnmowers, you're busted.
Yes.
But
just don't drink. They'll still get you for DUI.
That is true.
Just
They will
don't
get you
drink.
for.
Don't work with me. I'm sorry.
I've seen on live PD where people have been driving those lawnmowers down the street and they're drunk and they get DUIs. Yep. DUIs on a lawnmower.
Yeah. Just about anything. You do. I was down there and I saw golf carts at malls. It was really weird. But anyway, back to White Boy Rick.
Well, the two apparently got into an argument during sex.
Excellent.
How do you argue during sex, by the way? Like, are you in the middle of the act and suddenly it's like, why didn't you fucking put the laundry in the dryer? Why don't you ever put the goddamn toilet lid down? The hell is wrong with you? Why is you're in the middle of the act?
Why'd you have to move your hips in that direction? It was just starting to feel good.
God damn it, I told you not to stop.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I was done.
You're not to stop.
There's the show name.
When police officers searched Wersch, they found he was in possession of the keys to a Lamborghini, nearly $11,000 in cash, a gold Rolex watch, 2 gold chains, and a set of AirPods. Do we need, with all of that listed, who gives a shit about the AirPods?
And he had a Kleenex in his pocket.
Right. You got a Lamborghini, you got a Rolex, you got $11,000 in cash. And oh, by the way, you got $200 AirPods.
Yeah, but for me and you, AirPods are really cool. But for White Boy Rick, AirPods are something you'd find in a Cracker Jack box.
Right. Who gives a shit about the AirPods?
At first, I thought you were going to say, a sexual toy located where it doesn't belong. I thought it was going to go there, but it didn't. I would have written it.
Worry about that if we have time.
Right. The woman who suffered bruises told police officers on Tuesday at the Miami police station that she had waited to report the attack when it happened on Sunday because of her immigration status. While she was at the station, Wersch rushed in, allegedly looking for his car keys. He ran into the police station looking for his car keys.
Not worried about the immigrant girlfriend that he loves so much, even though they fight during sex. Where's my fucking car keys?
Well, here's how a police officer described the alleged domestic violence incident. While the two were having sex, Wersch uttered another woman's name. She quickly moved out of the way to get out of the bed when he forcefully grabbed her left arm and snatched a diamond bracelet and necklace that he had bought her. She managed to pull away, throw a shoe at him, and miss.
Now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice as the Florida stories go on, Big B loves when people throw things.
I love it because it's the most inane shit that people throw at each other.
We really need to get a psychologist on the show to analyze why Big B, every time I send him stories, it's like the highlight of the show is someone throwing something at someone.
Hey, last week somebody threw chicken wings at the other person.
Yes, you were so mad we didn't do that story the week before.
But the person, they made a point to say the person had barbecue sauce on their chin, neck, and shoulder.
Sounds like a children's song.
I'll ask Lincoln to work on it.
Yeah, please do. Please.
Well, after she threw the shoe and missed, Wersch caught up to her and punched her. There was a witness who reported seeing Wersch punch his girlfriend in the chest. The police report doesn't specify who the witness was or why he or she was present. Now, keep in mind, this incident happened while they were having sex. What was the other person doing?
Well, this is when you usually say, I got a question.
And they don't tell us what the other person was doing. So what do?
We decide for them.
Right. We make it up ourselves.
Yes, we do. So who do we think it was? Mike, you go first. It's like playing a game of Clue. It's so much fun.
I think it was Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, and he was videotaping it for Pornhub.
I like it. My answer cannot top that. I was going to say perhaps they had a pool boy or a maid or something like that, or maybe the mother-in-law was visiting and she didn't belong in the country either.
I was just going to say that it was somebody filming like an OnlyFans thing, but I think that I'll run with the Sebastian Bach.
Yeah,
that he was. I mean, Skid Row ain't doing shit. He ain't doing shit by himself.
No.
He needs money, so he's whoring himself out to film porno.
Mm-hmm.
Skid Row and White Boy Rick. I love it.
I mean, Evan from Biohazard became a porn star, so why not fucking Sebastian Bach?
There you go.
Wow.
China's made some good pornos too. The wrestler, God rest her soul.
Who?
China, the wrestler.
I was afraid to watch that.
Yeah, she was a she.
Did you say she made good porno?
It's just go away. Just carry on with White Boy
Wait,
Rick.
no, I can't pass this. You said she made some good porno.
Well, you ever see China? Like she used to fight the men in WWE.
I have. Have you seen the porno? Not good.
It's okay. It's China.
Okay.
With China?
Could you imagine her clamping that on you?
No.
There would not be an argument, and you would not be able to move until she said so.
The worst was
she paints herself green like She-Hulk. Come on,
she'd rip it
We're
off.
into these Paracon things now.
The worst was the porn with her and fucking what's it, the 1-2-3 kid, whatever the fuck his name is, Sean Waltman. X-Pac.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was god awful.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that when he was wrestling during a match, he landed on a turnbuckle and ripped his ass? He had to get surgery to get it sewn because he ripped it. I can't remember what they called it, but it sounded hideous.
He literally tore himself a new asshole.
He did, yeah.
Oh my god. You know who else made bad porn? Was Sonny. Remember Sonny?
No.
Oh yeah.
Sonny was Tammy Sitch. She was like a ring attendant for Chris Candido, and go back, Mike. Go back to like the 90s WWF.
Okay.
And look up Sonny. She was hot back then. Like when she was doing wrestling, she was hot.
Right.
Not so much in the porn.
Did King Kong Bundy ever do porn?
I don't think so. He's been long dead, so no, I don't think so.
Not long, but yeah.
Yeah, he died a long time ago.
Well, the 2000s, some point.
Maybe.
Gone that long.
I
think I was doing Wrestle Me This. So anyway, yeah, carry on. White Boy Rick, ladies and gentlemen. We digress.
Wersch became a federal informant at the age of 14. His work resulted in convictions of several Detroit drug kingpins. He was later arrested in 1987 with 9,000 grams of cocaine. I've never heard of 9,000 grams of cocaine.
Is he tied in with Eminem?
I don't know.
Just curious.
Sure, why not? It doesn't say it in the story, but we'll make it up.
Maybe D12. D12.
That's right. Wersch spent decades behind bars in both Michigan and Florida before his release in 2020. Miami-Dade court and jail records show corrections officers released Wersch at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center on a $5,000 bond, and on Wednesday he was facing charges of robbery by sudden snatching, a third-degree felony, and a misdemeanor battery charge.
He grabbed her by the pussy.
A sudden snatching. That's right. Come here, bitch.
I just want to say, if my name was Wersh, I'd go by White Boy Rick as well.
Wersh. That's it.
He has a sauce named after him.
I gotta find it. For whatever reason, my phone is like black.
This is like a Discovery Channel documentary. How long is this fucking story?
That's it. I said that's it. I'm looking for the other story.
All right. Well, I got to get rid of this one. All right, Mike, you're going to start to realize what really turns Big B's crank.
Nice.
When it comes to Florida. And by the way, we do have a masturbation story for you. It looks like we might have time. All right. This one might hurt. It involves a toaster.
This next story comes from the Leesburg News. Headline reads, police called after irate man uses toaster to attack fellow resident at group home.
Just grab whatever you can get.
Whatever you. I love when people throw odd shit at each other.
I was just going to say, I have a question. Did he throw it?
Yes.
Yes. They always throw it.
They always throw it. A Leesburg man was arrested Sunday night after allegedly using a toaster to attack a fellow resident at a group home. Leesburg police officers were dispatched to a mental behavior group home in Leesburg when a 911 call was received a little past 9:30 p.m. When the officers made contact with the 20-year-old Frederick Lee Harris, he was in an irate state of behavior. Harris told the officers that he had been in a verbal argument with the other man who insulted his mother and threw a chair at him. He said he wanted to...
He was provoked then.
He was provoked. Well, they're throwing shit at each other.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to toast him. So he grabbed the toaster out of the kitchen and swung it by the cord, hitting the other man. Like fucking Wonder Woman and that truth rope.
Yeah.
He said,
why can't we even see any videos of this on TikTok? Like, there's never anything this good.
The live PD. That'd be better.
Oh.
An employee of the group home gave the officer a written statement where she said Harris had been the aggressor and that the victim had thrown the chair in self-defense. The two men had exchanged punches before being separated. Harris was placed under arrest for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. After booking at the Leesburg police station, he was transported to the Lake County Jail, where bond was set at $10,000.
So now you know a toaster is a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
A toaster is a deadly weapon, but not as good as this next story.
Oh, no. Things get real here. And this is why Big B always leaves this to the end of talking FLA. And maybe this will help you imagine what is about to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final Florida story. We may have time for other stories, but this is the final Florida story of the night.
Masturbation story just for Mike.
This story comes from WFLA.com. Headline reads, Mike, listen up. Man arrested after throwing lunch meat at a Florida officer.
At an officer. This is not a domestic dispute. Where the fuck did he reach into his bag from Kroger? And
he threw lunch meat. He hit me with a half a pound of ham.
That stuff would stick too. It might sting. I don't know. I got to try that tomorrow.
Was it sliced or anything, or is it just a whole package?
Well, I'm looking. There is a video, so it's right here. You can't see it, but there's the video going on here. He's holding a sandwich. So I believe he pulled the meat out of his sandwich and threw it at him.
There's a show name. Hold on.
A man was arrested last week after he threw lunch meat.
I condemn you, you bastard.
A man was arrested last week after he threw lunch meat at a police officer, according to a body cam video shared by the Port Orange Police Department. Police said they were called to a smoke shop on Tuesday, May 9th, after a worker reported a man disrupting the business and threatening workers. Once an officer arrives, the video shows him speaking with the worker who said she wanted the man, later identified as William Bussey, trespassed from the store. After the officer left the building, Bussey approached him. In the video, Bussey asked the officer a question about suing the Volusia County Sheriff's Office and the Port Orange Police Department. The officer told Bussey he didn't know anything about that and said he was there because the smoke shop workers said that Bussey was bothering customers. The officer then tells Bussey that he's been trespassed from the store. After Bussey learned that he was trespassed, the video shows him starting to become violent with the officer. Come on, expletive.
You don't have to say that on the show.
It says that in here. It doesn't give you any hint.
Make it up.
Motherfucker.
Make it up.
It said, come on, fuck. You think I can't do it? I got a black belt in karate and a black belt in judo. You're going to be in a world of hurt, Bussey told the officer. Moments later, this black belt of all things martial arts is seen throwing something at the officer.
Not a ninja star or anything.
Not a ninja star. Okay. The police officer, the police department said Bussey hit the officer in the chest with a piece of lunch meat.
So I can imagine him doing the pose, right? Because anytime you face anyone that thinks they know karate, remember when you're growing up, don't touch me. I know karate, right? And you know, like, oh, geez, I better back up. This guy's a black belt or something. He's waving the sandwich in his poses.
He was charged. He was arrested. Oh, Mike left
right before the masturbation story.
Well, we have to. Well, I got one more sentence with this. Give him some. He was arrested and charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. He was then taken to the Volusia County Jail. The charge is battery with lunch meat, battery with boar's head bologna.
Okay, so hang on, Mike's coming back here, but I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When my wife doesn't do this kind of law, but she does like real estate and stuff like that, and she always talks about a precedence. And a precedence is when you go to another case. Is this now a precedence of assault where other lawyers would at some point go, let's refer back to this story from Florida where the police officer was assaulted with lunch meat?
In the case of Florida versus Bussey, the lunch meat incident, it was found that this would be a precedence. This would be the somewhere down the road when somebody is assaulted with sausages. They would bring this up depending on whatever the outcome of the trial is.
Yeah.
So they would say, in the case of Florida versus Bussey, the lunch meat incident, it was found that Bussey was found guilty of assault because he used a piece of ham to hit the officer in the chest. So they should find this person who used sausage guilty of the same crime.
Even though he was judo and what else? Taekwondo?
He had a he says, I got a black belt in karate and a black belt in judo.
Wow.
And I do believe they teach. Now, I have to go back to, I used to watch a lot of those movies where they were Japanese and they overspeak in English, but I think they were taught like everything is a weapon. Mike's gone again. We got to get to this. Pull up the masturbation story. Mike will be back in a minute. I'm going to play the outro.
Oh, okay, so that's that one. Okay.
I'm going to play the outro.
You're talking about the very last one, right?
Yeah. Talking FLA. I think he's back. I think there's like some strange rainstorms or something happening. But
okay, coming back.
You're back. You're back.
Oh, there you go. Mike, what's going on over there?
There is weather in the area.
Oh, okay.
It's down to 87.
Oh, that's when power lines start to freeze and stuff like that.
Yeah,
in Arizona.
please.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, we're not even going to play like a news intro or anything like that, but we do have a story since you mentioned masturbation earlier, and the rest of the stories we can leave for another time. But we do have this interesting story: electrocution, masturbation.
This story specifically for Mike Jolitz.
Thanks.
Comes from the Daily Mail. The headline reads, "Man, 30, dies with ping pong balls up his bum after being electrocuted while pleasuring himself."
Wow.
A man died with ping pong balls in his bottom after being electrocuted while pleasuring himself. The single 30-year-old from the Czech Republic, who lived at home with his parents,
Of course.
was found dead on the floor of his bedroom by firefighters who were forced to kick his door down. He was wearing a one-piece women's swimsuit and had tightly wrapped his legs, trunk, and neck in straps of plastic and fabric. His concerned parents sought help after he failed to open his locked door despite them knocking for a long time. Police found an electric massage device laying next to the unidentified man's body, which was still connected to the mains.
Was it?
There's got to be water involved if they got electrocuted.
Or some lube. That might do it too.
There's some lube. Yeah, that'll conduct. Test showed the one-handed device, which had signs of wear, had malfunctioned while plugged in. Burns on the man's skin, inches above his penis, corresponded with the outer shape of the massage device's head. As such, his death was ruled to be down to accidental electrocution to autoerotic manipulation. Hold while I write that entire thing down to be a show note.
You're going to have to spell that for me later.
Is that kind of like the Michael Hutchins from In Excess?
Yeah.
Choked himself while tugging one out?
God.
Almost.
Okay.
At what point did he shit the ping pong ball out? That's what I want to. At what point do you roll the guy over and go, "Oh, look, Marty, there's a ping pong ball up his ass"?
Well, if it was California, it might have been instead, you know. I'll get that out of there.
Oh, Lord. The ping pong ball itself was actually harmless, ladies and gentlemen. It's when you start to get the electric. Just use battery-operated shit, for God's sakes.
What happens if the ping pong ball cracks, though? And that can be sharp.
You might get blood and stool, I guess. What happened at the end of the story?
Initially, they didn't know there was ping pong balls involved. An autopsy carried out 48 hours after the man's death revealed a strange foreign body in his intestine.
It moved up.
Publishing details about the man's case in the journal Legal Medicine, doctors from the University Hospital Hradec Králové in the north of the Czech Republic said it was a fancy condom in a plastic translucent box onto which a label was fixed with the victim's first name and marked with a black inscription. It measured around 5.5 centimeters. Another object around 9 centimeters in length was lodged in his rectum. What
was he making? A time capsule?
He was trying to be on the cutting edge of jerking off.
Is that a magazine?
That, doctors said, was a round plastic cylinder onto which a ping pong ball fixed with a plastic wrap was placed. Internal exams also revealed he had suffered internal organ congestion. Wow. Swelling in the lungs and brain due to trapped fluid, while blood was found trapped in the heart chambers. He stuffed himself to death. Is
So
what
it
they're
had
saying.
nothing to do with electrocution. He had so much shit up his ass. He was.
People most commonly shove objects into their rectum for sexual pleasure. This is partly due to with the number of nerves in the anus, making it highly sensitive. It can also stimulate the prostate in men. For women, it can also indirectly stimulate parts of the vagina.
Yeah, squirting.
But the insertion of objects into a rectum, also known as anal play,
Yes,
carries a number of
talked about
risks.
that before.
As well as getting stuck objects, they can also potentially trigger bleeding in the gut and perforate the bowel, which can be deadly.
Oof.
And that's the end of that story.
So when I was younger, one of my friends in school, his sister was older and hot. Okay, hot. Apparently, her boyfriend was rather horse-like, and somehow or another, I don't know which way this started from, but that little tiny wall between the vagina and the anal canal got ripped.
Oh God!
So I don't know which way it went, but my God,
that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm pulling out my vagina.
Yeah, you would. That's not good.
Wow. Well, I've heard of ripping during pregnancies and stuff like that, but
yeah, but that's on the exit, not in the interior part of it.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Oh, so he did it inside.
Internal, yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Instead of the G spot, he found XYZ.
Yeah.
He found the brown spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was also the friend who had, I don't know if you guys know this movie, but it was called, it was an adult movie. It was called Whores in Space. And
that one yet. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, it's an older one. It's like the 80s. It is the only legal porno with Tracy Lords. That was the only reason I think I'd seen it. But yeah. It was, I don't know if it was good, but there's a bunch of dudes around. It was kind of weird,
Ladies, well, listen, Mike, I remember going to this one kid's house. I don't know what grade I was in. We were actually watching these films on the
8mm?
The 8mm or whatever it was.
Like the movie 8mm.
Yeah.
And nowadays, Harry Bushes disgust me, but that was like the norm in the 70s, I guess. It was
sure. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand up if you want Mike Jolitz to return. This has been a great show. It's always great. It's always great.
Thanks, guys.
We haven't had a sidekick in a long time. We can't pick on, but you've still been a lot of fun.
Oh,
but just think of all the technical issues he's had, it's the same as Stu.
Yeah, but you know what? He bounces back a lot quicker.
He did. Stu would take forever to come back.
Right.
And he didn't fall asleep. That was one of my all-time favorite shows, and Stu didn't even participate in. We were just watching Stu the entire show.
Watch
a camera on himself. You want to talk about a porno? It wasn't a porno, but the guy's got a camera on himself. And every once in a while, I'd lift up and we'd go, "Oh, Stu's coming back," and he'd go.
And it looked like he had his headphones on, so we were trying to wake him up while he had headphones on. Right. And we thought when he stirred, we were waking him up, but no, he would just get more comfortable.
Nice. Maybe if you would have went, I might have woke him up.
Oh yeah.
I still gotta say, hearing that live is better than.
I'm telling you, when you going into the tidbits, the first time you did, oh yeah, I loved it.
Nice, yeah, that's. I do like those. And I wanted to change it special for today, with a so what? Let's change it up a little bit.
You do whatever you want on this show. There's literally no rules. And like I said, when you're live, if I screw up or Big B screws up and his screen freezes in the middle of the story, I'll pick it up. You just start to do that stuff. And
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can come back on, I know I'm sure you can't do it every week, but if you can come back on more often, that would be wonderful.
I can do that.
Yes, it's always fun to have an extra. And I do say, though, Big B, I'm going to go back in the settings. And what is really irritating me tonight is this fucking neon flashing light.
Oh, here?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a hookah bar.
I like that.
You like it? All right, we'll keep it.
No, I'll just tape it. No.
No, I don't think he's talking about your mic. He's talking about some
No,
random...
I'm talking about this freaking frame that keeps changing colors.
Oh, I can see it on your glasses.
Oh, the frame. Oh, okay. You're saying a neon flashing light. I thought you had some special fucking...
No, there's a frame that's up here now.
Right, I know. It's changing colors, yeah.
Yeah, it's bothering me. I feel like I feel like we're broadcasting inside of a strobe light.
It looks like you're inside a Bud Light commercial is what it looks like.
Oh, God, that'd be horrible.
Oh, that'd be the worst. That's death. You'll never return.
Oh, my. How we have some time. So how is life out there in Arizona, Mike?
It's going pretty good. I'm bored out of my mind at work. Not because I don't have work to do. I'm just been doing it for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just still a peon, which probably will never change. But it's rather sedentary, so I need to be more active. I might have to look for a new job. But everything else is cool. Pool is warming up, so I could start to get in there now. So
when I was out there, the hole was dug, the rebar was in, but you had to wait because there was a concrete shortage.
yeah, because what it is out here is the pools were like second, third, maybe fourth on the list. Roads and other stuff was taking all the concrete. So yeah, that was why.
Was that COVID?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It sounded like a bullshit story to me, but
I remember we ordered like all this stuff during COVID, and it lasted like, I don't even know when COVID ended, but it lasted like a year or two. You'd order a washer, be back ordered for like 2 months. Like everything was like, you couldn't find anything.
Like parts for washers and dryers. Yeah, everything was delayed that way.
And like we obviously couldn't go anywhere, so we were remodeling stuff, and the price of wood was right through the fucking roof. And
I remember.
Yeah, it was. So it might have been kind of like a trail of that, where cement was just in high demand. And
yeah, and I think it was our pool cost $36,000. So you know about how big that hole is. It's not a huge pool, and it's only 5 foot deep, so you can't dive or nothing. So,
okay, so he has a pool that costs $36,000, and he thinks he needs a new career. Are you hiring?
I need to open a pool company. But yeah, what it is the cost of concrete had gone up like everything else at the time. So I think that's where part of it came from. They didn't want to overpay and lose on their back end.
I'm looking at trailer homes in Florida that are less than your pool.
I believe it. Yeah. And it's only gone up since then.
Holy jeez. But I guess water's a premium when you live in Arizona.
Oh, water was none of the cost at all.
No, but I mean, having something that entails water when you're in the middle of the desert is probably everyone wants something.
Right.
So wait, I have a question, because I know I asked you when I was out there. How did you get that dug? Because you're not like on a corner, so you're in between two houses.
Right.
How did you get like a backhoe back there to dig it out?
What they had to do was between not where the fence is, but on the other side, they had to take the brick wall out so they could get this little 4 foot dealie back there. Then they dug it out and took it out one scoop at a time.
So obviously you had to talk to your neighbor and say, look, we're taking this wall out. We're going to put it back. But for now, are we cool that we take it out so I can get the backhoe in there?
Yeah. And it was just on our property. So, but yeah, it didn't affect them. But yeah, we did talk to him and let him know.
We got 5 minutes, and I'm glad you brought up neighbor. What's their name again, Big B? The ones we
The Weavers.
The
the
Weavers.
Weavers. Can you please give us the scope on the Weavers and why you're so excited for them to move? And have they moved yet? And can we move forward with the audio drama? And you can edit the whole thing.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I was talking to my wife about this today because I said I'm going to be on the show, and I've talked about the Weavers so many times, and I never went in detail. The sad news is there really is no detail. They didn't like us, so thus we didn't like them. They called my wife a bitch, and they called me an asshole for no reason, even though we were nothing but perfectly nice to their kids.
Mhm.
So there really was no story other than kind of the whole neighborhood hated them. Other than that, there's nothing there really. I wish there had been more. I was honest to God gonna sit there and write out a huge made up story. I used to drink with them, and I just never got to it.
Leave it to us. You do the editing. We'll do the creating on this one.
All right. Okay. Cool.
What happens when the
characters through the weeks that Big B has written down from various stories?
I have
that are going to transpire into this.
And what do we say when there's no information in the story?
Right.
We make it up.
Make it up.
Yep. And that's what I did with the White Castle story, giving away sliders.
Yeah.
Hey, cool, nice of you, but I have to make this dirty. So you show your butthole, you get a free slider.
Yes, I just turned to it. So we have quite a number for the Weavers. We've got Eduardo, Colonel Lou Caputo, Richard Atchison.
Yes.
Kwande Dong.
Yes. That'd be like his friend in the army.
Yeah, Tovencho.
Dorleans Philidor. Taylor Shaw Business.
Yes. This is how big the Weavers have been, Mike.
Wow, that's amazing.
These are all characters that will be included in the Weavers story.
Nice. Oh, hey, I have a question. That guy, is it Bussy? What was the first name? I didn't catch that.
I don't remember what the first name was. I think it was William.
Well, okay, because I was thinking this could be Gary Busey as well, because that dude's a crackpot.
He's not.
Yeah, it was spelled differently. It was B-U-S-I in the
all
story. Right. So not B-U-S-E-Y.
Right. That would have been great, though, if it had been him.
That could absolutely be a Gary Busey thing.
Yeah.
Because he's he's batshit crazy.
Yeah, totally. That motorcycle accident wrecked him.
Oh, my God.
It's that time, ladies and gentlemen.
Name the show?
It is.
Name the show. Let's go to our very special guest, although he's on the show every week. What do you got, Mike? I'm going to say you've got 3.
Perfect. Yes, 3. Exactly.
Okay.
All right. I have She Loves Chachi. White Boy Rick, because I laughed every time it was said. And Pulled the Meat.
Pulled the Meat.
White Boy
Rick and Pulled the Meat.
And what was the meat?
Pulled the Meat.
Pulled the Meat. That's a good one too. Okay. So I'm going to go next, Big B, because I think I have 2 of the same ones. Just shows where I also wrote down with an exclamation point, White Boy Rick.
Yeah. There you go.
So definitely has to be a show note. And I also wrote down, She Loves Chachi.
See, you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Sometimes you and I have 1, but not 2. I watch nature programs.
Toll.
And I don't know why I wrote this down, but it was awesome. He landed on a turnbuckle. And my final one, I told you not to stop.
Right. How do you get into an argument while you're having sex?
That's all I got for tonight. Mike, how many do you think Big B has?
4.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same as you because we're matching tonight. He can't have more than 4.
I have exactly 4.
Oh, geez, ladies and gentlemen, play your lottery tickets this week.
444. Pick 3, all 4s. First one, the longest one that I told you I would write down for a show note. Accidental electrocution to autoerotic manipulation.
You're gonna have to text that to. There's no way I'm gonna be able to write that down.
I will text that to you.
Yeah, send that to me in the chat.
Next one was at the very beginning of the show. I don't even remember where this came from, but it just sounded cool at the time. It was Rain Dance Vibe.
I love that one.
I don't remember what that was from.
That's from Von Chone or Tone. What is his name?
Is it? Okay.
Tovencho.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. When you're talking about okay. Rain Dance Vibe.
I love that. That's for sure a show note, if not the name.
I was torn between these final 2 for show names, but I kind of like one a little bit more than the other. So my runner-up will be Amish NASCAR.
Oh yeah. I read that too. It was great show notes. All right.
And my entry for show name, we're 2/3 Helen Keller.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I like that too. 2/3.
Did you guys ever hear you guys heard the Sal commercial? Because that's Big B in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I did a commercial of the Helen Keller Alexa speaker.
No.
Yes, it is. It's great.
Oh, you have to send that to us. I got
We'll play it. We'll play it.
It's
all right,
totally
so
inappropriate.
I'm sure it is.
2 of us said she loves Chachi, which would be short and sweet. Or is it we are 2/3 Helen Keller?
I like 2/3 Helen Keller.
I can go with that as well. And Big B always grins when we pick his.
But I did say this one. I usually don't. The ones that usually, like, I will choose the name, but I never say it. It's always DK who says it, or it comes from a story. This one I did actually say.
Yes, that was a good one. We are 2/3 Helen Keller, ladies and gentlemen, with a very special 3rd on the show.
Let the audience figure out who the Helen Kellers are.
Yes. probably the guy that never gets invited on anyone's show. Anyway, Mike, it's been great having you. We learned so much about you. We've had a lot of fun tonight.
Thanks, guys. This was a blast.
And of course, it's not mandatory that you attend, but you know how to get on the show now. And whenever you're free and you can get rid of the wife, you're welcome to join us.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Just a tip for you. I know Big B gets his wife doing crafts and stuff like that. I just turn on Hallmark and run downstairs.
Oh,
there you go. All right, kids.
You should call that a pro tip.
Yeah.
Just giving a tip is something different.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
The tip. Yeah.
Yes. DK's tip of the week. Used to be a segment. It flopped. Anyway, see you.
Peace.
I want you to pack up and get out.
Get the hell out of here!
Go! Just go! Get out! Get the hell out!
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
ISIS has spread like cancer. Another mess I inherited.